but before that, I really want to get into some sad news. Unfortunately for us here at WLTH at the station, and all of us here in Northwest Indiana who've been involved in the community for many years. Lorrell K, Lorrell Kilpatrick, who is actually the very first person when I started here as the daily board operator during the evenings, the evening board operator. She was the very first person. Her and Dr. Truth were the first people that I worked with. Unfortunately, Lorrell K has passed away. I found that out yesterday from Miss Natalie Ammons. Unfortunately, Lorrell K was a powerhouse. She really was. She had very, very strong beliefs. If you listen to Issues and Answers Thursday, which I believe was her day, if I'm not, I'm pretty sure it was Issues and Answers Thursday, which was her and Dr. Truth, and I think sometime Ruth Needleman. She was somebody who really had very, really deeply held beliefs. She was an academic. She was a professor over at IUN Northwest. She was an activist with Black Lives Matter Northwest Indiana with my guy Quab Bena over there. And they as an organization, they accomplished a whole lot. We talked about the sort of police oversight committee that they worked on with Mayor Prince's administration some years ago. It's whenever I talk to people around the country, I always would say, hey, Black Lives Matter Northwest Indiana, they actually were able to create a police sort of oversight committee with the government that would examine police shootings and police killings, and it would allow the community to have a say in how these matters were handled. I was saying that's what the National Black Lives Matter committee needed to be working on. She was a ardent supporter of LGBTQ rights. She was a vowed Marxist. You know, like I said, she had very deeply held beliefs. She was a hardcore leftist, Marxist, a feminist. She believed in empowering women and girls. You know, she was very much a defender of the disabled because she herself was disabled and suffered many medical hardships in her life. So she was somebody who whether it was here at WLTH or with Black Lives Matter Northwest Indiana, or with the World Institute of Disability, where she was a board member and coordinator of advocacy services at Everybody's Counts. Oh, no matter what she was doing, she wasn't going to half-ass it. Okay? Lorrell K was going to go all out. You know, she was pugilistic. She was pugnacious. I remember one time she called in when I was on with Jonathan Booz on Mondays. She actually called in, and we had a discussion because she argued with me and Booz about immigration. Like, me and Booz were very much restrictionist, and I'm a believer that what A. Philip Randolph said, that America shouldn't be bringing nobody here until they fully enfranchise black people who built the country. That's generally my stance. Lorrell calls in, and she unloaded the clip on me and Jonathan. And look, you may not agree with her, but that sister was on point. She always had her facts straight. She was always going to give you the intellectual and the passionate take on any issue. Hell, she was a menace downstate. Okay, she got dragged out of Senator Todd Young's office down in Indianapolis when she was protesting the cuts to Medicaid. Okay? She went down there to see a lot of us talk a lot of stuff about these politicians. She went down to Indianapolis and got dragged out, okay, out of Todd Young's office. She was just an overall tireless defender of the rights of the poor, of the disabled, of women, of the LGBTQ community, of all, like anybody who was an underdog in her eyes. She was going to fight for them in spite of having disabilities, in spite of being blind in one eye. You know, she was not somebody to be trifled with whatsoever. So I like, for everybody here at WLTH, I really just want to say I am sorry to her family, to her friends, everybody. My condolences to everybody at Black Lives Matter Northwest Indiana, Quabanon, all these folks. You know, we lost a fighter. We really did. We lost a fighter. And so, you know, I'm going to say a prayer for her tonight, and I hope you all will do the same. Rest in peace to Miss Lorrell. Always good to me when I was learning here at WLTH how to do this job. And I kept messing up, and she was always so patient with me. No matter how much I messed up her and Dr. Truth's show, she was still patient with me. Oh, man. You know, the city, the region, East Chicago, Gary, Northwest Indiana here, the world has lost a great fighter for the rights of a lot of people. So rest in peace, Lorrell. When we get back, we'll get into the news. All right, folks, we are back here on Issues and Answers Friday, My Country, with Scott Cannon. It is 6:19 p.m. Just say goodbye to the one and only Lorrell K from Black Lives Matter Northwest Indiana and IUN and so many other places. Before I get into my next topic, let me take this call. Hello, caller. Oh,
How you doing?
Hello, caller.
Hello, Scott. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, nothing. How are you?
I am good.
Yeah. I just called to thank you. I thought you were going to pick the line up. I didn't really want to get on the air to say anything other than I love that tribute. You did a riveting job. I couldn't get out of my vehicle because I wanted to hear everything that you said. But thank you for doing that tribute, and I really appreciate it. And, yeah, you talk about somebody that was a fighter and her intelligence level.
Yep.
You know, it just went beyond, way beyond. And it's been a couple months since I talked to her, but I am deeply, deeply saddened by her passing. So I will keep you abreast of what we hear in terms of arrangements.
Yes.
So thank you so much for doing that. You did a great job.
Well, thank you so much. And
right,
she meant a lot to me, too, as well.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I'd go places and wind up, and she would have the audience in awe, you know, and nobody really wanted to tackle her, you know, because, like you said, she was very factual, and she knew her stuff. No matter what it was, the issue was, if she was there front and center, she was going to be very vocal about it. So that's what I loved about her.
Right. All right, thank you for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's all good. Yes, the one and only Lorrell K, Lorrell Kilpatrick, such a fighter.